Straight ahead on WBKB, all Michigan adults will soon be able to receive a COVID-19 vaccine.
Plus, when will you receive your stimulus check? And the results from yesterday's Facebook poll.
You're watching Thunder Bay News Network. WBKB News at 6 starts now.
This is WBKB News at 6. An in-depth look at news, weather, and sports. From hard-hitting news stories to local events, we're there with coverage you can count on. You're watching WBKB News at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Sherry Stewart.
And I'm Tyler Cruz. Happy Friday, everyone. In his first primetime address to Americans last night, President Biden announced some very promising news in the fight against the pandemic.
First, tonight, I'm announcing that I will direct all states, tribes, and territories to make all adults, people 18 and over, eligible to be vaccinated no later than May 1.
Earlier today, Michigan decided not to wait for the president's action in May. Governor Whitmer and health department officials announced that the state will expand its vaccine eligibility to all Michiganders over 16 years old beginning April 5th. Residents 16 and older with disabilities or medical conditions that put them at risk can receive their vaccine beginning March 22nd. We'll have more details on the vaccination process on our website.
With the American Rescue Plan being signed yesterday, when can you expect your stimulus check? Some Americans will start seeing the $1,400 payment hit their bank accounts within days. Not everyone will receive their payment this early, though. Those whose bank information is on file with the IRS will see their stimulus first via direct deposit. Others will receive prepaid cards or paper checks in the mail.
Some people in the country will start seeing those direct deposits in their bank accounts this weekend, and payments to eligible Americans will continue throughout the course of the next several weeks.
Individuals and families aren't the only ones seeing a boost in their funds from the relief bill.
And that's right, local counties are also set to receive their own stimulus checks. The numbers on your screen are projected allocations from the U.S. Treasury. Alpena County is set to receive over $5.5 million. Alpena will get just over $2 million. $4.8 million goes to Iosco County. Montmorency will receive $1.8 million. Oscoda will be paid $1.5 million, and $2.4 million will go to Presque Isle County. Local cities and townships also received funding, and we'll have more details on that on our website.
Alpena County residents will soon have a chance to get more facts about COVID-19 vaccines. A panel discussion to educate and allow residents to ask questions about the vaccine efforts in the community is set for April 7th. Organizers say it will allow people to hear from experts and make the best informed decisions for themselves.
The thought behind it is to get out information, factual information, not anything that's made up, not in the court of public opinion or Facebook, but just factual information from experts.
Panelists include medical doctors, staff from the health department, and faith leaders from the community. The panel will be held at Alpena High School's auditorium from 7 to 9 p.m. with limited seating.
We have maximum seating for about 150 people, social distancing within the school's auditorium.
To find out more information on the panel and how you can submit a question to be addressed, you can find a link to this story on our website. And it's been a windy couple of days here in Northeast Michigan.
Yeah, Sherry, and Thursday's strong winds caused power outages in some parts of our region. Presque Isle Electric and Gas says there were over 2,000 outages that were widespread throughout its 9-county service area. Wind gusts in places like Gaylord and Mackinac City were over 50 miles per hour. The power company reported the largest outages in Sheboygan, Montmorency, and Presque Isle counties. The company anticipates that repairs will continue throughout Friday.
Michigan small businesses looking to recover from the pandemic can take advantage of the Comeback Kit. This self-paced course introduced by the Michigan Small Business Development Center helps business owners evaluate their financials and assess where they stand today. Some of the services available include business plan development, market research, and strategic planning. For more information, you can visit the Small Business Development Center's website.
Governor Whitmer announces her new plan to keep Michiganders safe and secure when Line 5 shuts down. The plan ensures Michigan has reliable and affordable energy supplies, as well as more efficient and renewable options. The current pipeline is 70 years old, and if it ruptures, millions of gallons of oil will enter the shores of Lake Michigan and Lake Huron. This would have negative effects on fresh drinking water and wildlife. Michigan has a 5-step propane security plan, which includes monitoring supply and coordinating responses to potential disruptions with the energy industry. And yesterday, we told you the Michigan legislature is considering 2 bills that would end the back and forth between Eastern Standard Time and Daylight Saving Time, which starts this Sunday at 2 a.m.
We conducted a poll to get your feedback on the matter, and many of you responded. Thank you. Here's a look at the results. 64% say yes, they would like to stay on Daylight Saving Time all year, while 36% say no. Some of you even emailed or responded on our Facebook page to let us know how you feel about the matter. Bruce and Mary said they hate it. Dawn Mobilio says leave Daylight Saving Time all year. And Jim Berger says stay one way or the other. Don't keep switching.
I'll have to agree with Mr. Berger on that one.
I do too. Well, there is more news ahead for you here on WBKB. Coming up, this week's update from the Bagley Bridge project.
Breeze for tomorrow. It gets cooler again on Sunday. I'll let you know about this up and down temperature trend that we're on and when we might have a chance of a few snowflakes or rain showers coming up later in the newscast.
Thanks for that, Ellie. I can get really used to those bridge breakwall pictures, right?
There you go. It is time for our weekly update on the Bagley Street Bridge. Kent Davis has the latest.
Thanks, Sherry. You may find that this week's bridge update has a surprising lack of bridge.
Crews have finished stripping away the previous bridge's pillars. Now they're getting ready to install new ones. To do that, they're building what's basically a temporary dam. These interlocking metal slats will eventually form a square. Crews will then drain the water inside, allowing them to build those new supports without being surrounded by water. And how did they get that crane out there? They built a temporary path in the hill and carefully drove the crane down it to the barge on the riverside.
Workmen tell me they actually had to postpone the project on Thursday because cranes are too risky to use in high winds. In Alpena, Kent Davis, WBKB News.
Thanks for that, Kent. Be sure to tune in every Friday for the latest developments in this project.
And in health news, new research on the long-term impact of head injuries and a major uptick in twin births. Michael George has a look at some of the day's top health stories.
A new study in the journal Human Reproduction finds more twins are being born in the world than ever before. Since the 1980s, more than 1 million twins have been born each year globally, due in part to IVF, artificial insemination, and delays in childbearing. A new study out of Europe finds women with chest pain are more likely than men to have their symptoms misdiagnosed. Female patients often attribute their symptoms to stress or anxiety when they could signal a heart attack. And suffering a head injury in your 50s or younger may have long-term effects on your brain health. Researchers in the UK found those patients scored lower than expected on cognitive tests years after the trauma, leaving them more vulnerable to dementia. Those are some of the day's top health stories. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Winter with all of the ice still left on Thunder Bay and entering spring with the eagle appearing in town. Thank you, Dale, for sending us this photo. If you have a photo such as nature shots, pics with friends, or interesting sights you see that you'd like to send us, email it along with the short description to news@wbkb11.com.
And when all that ice clears up, me and that eagle are going to be competing for some fish. Get ready. Sports is coming up next, but first, Jake Vanderbrook is in with a preview. Jake, what's going on tonight?
Hey, Tyler, Sherry, Ellie, happy Friday. And to all of you viewers, next in sports, Tigers spring training has returned to our screens. We'll show you some of the highlights from earlier today against the New York Yankees, plus Big Ten quarterfinals action out in Indianapolis as Michigan collided with Maryland. Keep it here, ladies and
Welcome back. Morgan Freeman forces Ruby Rose to do his dangerous bidding in the upcoming action movie Vanquish. Chris Martinez has this story and more in today's Eye on Entertainment.
Keith Urban will return this year to host the 56th Academy of Country Music Awards.
Hello.
Mickey. Hi.
Hi. How are you?
The 15-time ACM Award winner will be joined by co-host Mickey Guyton. Once again, the show will include performances from 3 iconic country music venues. The 56th Academy of Country Music Awards airs April 18th on CBS. Art lovers can step into masterpiece paintings in the new traveling exhibit Immersive Van Gogh. The 360-degree digital art experience takes visitors on a journey through the artist's work. The exhibit is now touring North America with stops in more than a dozen cities. A small mining town is in the spotlight thanks to the Golden Globe's Best Picture winner, Nomadland. Empire, Nevada is where the movie starring Frances McDormand was filmed. Residents of the town of about 65 people say they weren't expecting it to become such a hit.
We thought it was just going to be a small, kind of local movie, and it's turned into something really big.
A handful of residents had small parts in the movie. Nomadland is showing in theaters and streaming on Hulu. And Morgan Freeman is a man with a nefarious plan in the upcoming action thriller Vanquish.
Where is she?
You do what I tell you to do, and everything will be just fine.
Freeman plays a retired police commissioner who blackmails his caretaker, played by Ruby Rose, into carrying out 5 dangerous assignments on his behalf in order to get back her kidnapped daughter. Vanquish will release on digital and on demand April 23rd. That's your Eye on Entertainment. Chris Martinez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
And that's all we have for you this evening.
You can read more about our broadcast stories and get the scoop on other news items online.
Just visit WBKB11.com for sports, weather, and news updates anytime, day or night.
And check us out on our Facebook page and Twitter handle at WBKB11.
And be sure to catch us back here tonight at 11 with Kent Davis. Have a great weekend.